question is that you're saying when a person's exposed to what is possible for them, then it may motivate them to
Correct.
do better.
Yes.
Because that's one of the things that motivate me. Being around certain people.
That's when I started telling myself, I remember, and I left Barbados. People feel I left Barbados when I live in New York. I just tell people I used to work on a cool ship. And when I see, like, I hear was going to Alaska, I was like, but I can't really prepare for that. So about now, education-wise, you just want to see snow when it comes to Alaska. So but I can't really prepare for that. How you can live in Alaska? I ain't got no jacket on there. I say summertime out there, I say summer. In Barbados, we always got summer. So but then when I start to see these different things, and I come back and I show my friends pictures, even though I got a little virgin, big up to Nigeria, and he wear me down to see the pictures of Alaska. He tell me I got pictures of Alaska. He tell me I want to see. And when I show you, I was like, oh, but there's the ship I used to work on here. So while you're here, look like that. So I cut my hair because I had to work on the ship. Behind me, all you can see is glaciers and stuff. You should see the spot. He want next picture. Show me next picture. And it started to go like a book that he never see before in his life. And like, this is the first experience. He's seeing something like this. And there's a child.
How old is he?
Nigeria is about 7 or 8.
Okay.
But if you talk to Nigeria, this little boy, everybody is calling it a little old soul. I call you like my little brother. I tell him once I get my phone set up, and I can put it on Facebook like anything at all I can here because me and he discuss so much saying, for the 7-year-old boy, it's jumped me.
See,
you know what I mean? And you got spark people interest. These youngsters, you see how you spark people interest with covering cartel case and Mavada clash with cartel and all these things. You see me, you could direct children in a positive way.
Before you jump on, and what you thinking he will want things I just want to highlight throughout there and we can left it there is children that travel versus children that never travel. There's a whole different scope and horizon out there for that, right? Just stick a pen there and left out there, sort on out there.
But not just children. It's been adults too.
Right, period.
It's been adults. When you leave and you go any other way and you experience, not just travel and go there, so we're all going shopping. But when you go there, you experience things. You start coming here like,
what different world, boy?
Like, both here. Like,
consider Barbados on the globe and its size. And it's significant still, but it's size to the rest of the world. How much more world they got out there? You understand? Think about it.
Because it's annoying me when the game places and I still see men go and pull an old foreign camera. Yeah, we see you name it again. And I think like, you got certain says, don't they got them too much. You understand? And we supposed to be advanced. When they look and see certain buildings going up and people down here got we call it solar panel thing that the brain. But still they go against some place and wait 5 or 6 hours for just one piece of information.
To jump in. So what you're talking about for me is still talking about education, because when I think about the educational system, I am only thinking about, as you said, the schooling, because school is only a part of your education. As you said, home is you're educated at home, you're educated on the block, you're educated by the media. Now you talk about expanding your horizons by traveling, but we live in a age where you have access to the entire globe through the television, through the internet. You know, if a person does not understand what is out there and what is possible, whose fault is that?
Again, when I talk about traveling, when I talk about expanding the horizon, right, it has a lot to do with, I would say, the system to some extent, because in the school system, I use Canada as an example. One thing I like about the Canadian high school system is that the area that you have interest in, they put you in for summer and for classes and so on. I always use the example, my friend, he wanted to be a zoologist, and one of his assignments was at a zoo. And he saved 4 years of university trying to be a zoologist because of his experience at the zoo. So again, it can be experienced through the system, through the parents and so on. Who fault it is, again, it goes back to the system, because some parents can carry the children on 3 and 4 vacation trips, right? Some can hardly carry them in town. You understand? And that goes back to that whole system of surviving versus thriving. Now again, the exposure, the media you're talking about, right? One of the things I start to tell parents a lot, and I think that the system, again, needs to put certain penalties on parents, right? But not just hardcore, first-hand, whole scale. This is my take, right? Parents responsible for what children up to a certain age do. Your job as a parent is to guide your child. Some people say, listen, My child, and I know this for a fact from working as a peer counselor and working as a de facto parent for many, many years, right? People say, I raise my child good, Corey, but Asian children who come and corrupt them, bad companies who can't corrupt them. That means there's more that you could have done in terms of teaching your child discernment. You see, my mother used to never tell me, do this, do that, don't do this, and all. She was always say, hey, you call it before, think for yourself. There's certain things that you can input into children, and a lot of it is by example. Yeah. Because one thing she used to do, for me, that stuck with me and stick with me up to this time, as she says she can do, you know, bluffing. She had a bluffing,
Yeah, my
and that's something that I'll carry on. And we teach our children to like, this is how we want to teach them. Adrian, go and do this. But you don't lead them by example. Adrian don't lie. But tell you cool man on outside.
Yeah.
You understand me?
It's true.
You get right there. And that is the most powerful way of teaching our children the things that we do.
Well,
don't steal, but to bring one toilet paper from in the hospital.
Don't cast imitation. Don't cast in the front.
Parents, when they say that you did a good job, you need to really reflect. And I like to tell this especially to young upcoming parents, to give them their little tips. Because that's the most powerful way that you guide your children and shape them and write on this blank piece of paper that they come into the earth on. So I can tell you from a fact, from watching it, because I've watched the ones who've lived by the example. I ain't saying something and go off the rails, you know, but it's a highly less chance that it will happen that way.
They don't come in blank though.
There's come blank to
they
me.
They don't come in blank because you got two children in the same household with the same parents eating the same food every day and they're like night and day.
Right.
So they can't be coming in blank.
Blank to certain experience. But I get where you're coming from. Each child will be its individual self.
Right.
And so we'll say the individual blank self to you start to write on it.
Which is why...
And the receptor is a little different.
Which is why, as you said, we're so far behind in our education system because if two children in the same household...
30, imagine 30.
Imagine 30 in the
Imagine 30 in a class.
Yeah, and the thing about it is...
We want to teach a method.
Yeah, I want to teach that first time. Don't want to forget, because you know a lot of things, because they got, in cases where it's like, lead by, as you say, lead by example, they got people that won't go out by school when the child get corrected. I can remember Mr. Jordan roast me. And my mother met there. My mother can't there if he said come up there because it was getting problems.
Right. And that time your mother coming for you, not your teacher.
And then your mother coming for me. My mother coming for the teacher.
That appears to carry child.
And then, no, my mother want me all my teachers. Want to know all my teachers. Nowadays, I remember like parent-teachers meetings is very important. The thing about it is a lot of parents don't put in that effort, but they know you got to look back again. No, say, your mother going to boy go to work.
Yeah.
Who can give food? Who can give bath fair next week? I can't go to parent-teachers meeting.
I can go and tell the boss I got to go to parent-teacher
meeting. But here's what I say no. Nowadays, with all this technology that I got going on with Facebook Live and all that, you should always tell people like, look, you know what? We can have a live video that you could actually stream to your phone.
Could do that.
A lot more parents can attend that way.
Yep.
And you can tell you paying your questions, where as a moderator, that control and all that could be done. Now this thing, like you say, the
we like to look at the negative in these things. I don't see no reason why children, right? Because one of the things that I got my young people involved in on the ranch is spelling contests and math contests on the same WhatsApping, you know. So I don't see why a teacher can't put a thing on a board and the first boy to answer get some kind of, you understand with me? I think that we really in the dinosaur ages, you know. And I do not know what it will take to kick us out besides the people saying to politicians, instead of giving me 2 shingles, these is our policies I want to see if you want my vote. Get rid of that selfish mentality and start to think about your constituency and start to think about your country. Outside of that, we will go nowhere. If you want 2 shingles, still, I can't tell you what to do. You want 2 shingles, you need 2 shingles. Get your 2 shingles. But at least look, show me some policy that can carry my country forward,
you said earlier, it's all of our responsibility. So I can throw it back on you now. As a member of the StarCom fraternity, right? A member of the mass media,
right?
When we were coming up and we were listening to the radio, I remember if they had dance hall dub on the radio, maybe 50% of it was what they call conscious music, and 50% of it was bashment. Nowadays, when you turn on the radio, if it's 90-10 in favor of bashment,
Bashment gang.
little.
play.
That's little.
Right.
It might be 95.5.
Listen, I ain't gonna come and pretend. I ain't a media executive, but media executives, I hear them talking. I hear some of the best one talking, some of the best cops you could think about crowing book. They say, and they say, oh, we need to do better, and it never gets better because at the end of the day, the almighty dollar have ruled, right? But what I think the need to do as media executives across the board is to put down a policy across the board, because you feeding into an appetite and creating an appetite, which creates a cycle problem. But again, we always have systems to deal with this thing. They got something called a broadcast authority, right? Now, when I see something that is on Barbados today, I could get cut, right? But I can hear people on certain radio stations, the one they work at included, you understand, talking about one carry on and that carry on to the sheets and gears, and it goes on and on and on. That something is getting more and more illicit by the day, right?
Yeah.
But the broadcast authority that we frightened for, that we cut him when they saying what is true, that has cut me, should be cutting all of that. That's what you really want cutting. You get it? But then what is this
You are
cut?
promoting censorship now?
Ain't about censor. No. I actually promoted it in the reverse. I am telling you that they censor people like me and other callers when they are talking things that I do not believe that they need censoring for. Right. Their excuses, I don't see the letters, the lawyer letters that come in, right? The same way we've got doctor pictures, right? The same way Jamaica, St. Vincent, Trinidad, America, I listen to calling programs on those 4 countries, right? And it does be very free up. They'll talk about everything.
They always say the libel laws in Barbados are more draconian.
Ain't not the libel laws. It is people who want to protect themselves. Let me tell you what's going on, right? The same way we just got a mayor's and various people come, and I will tell you, student, and you start off with a disclaimer. The views expressed in this program are not necessarily the views. A disclaimer. The same thing you can do for the calling program. The views expressed by the callers and the moderator of this program are not necessarily the views of Starcom or OCM. Full stop.
So what you are
everything
saying,
could go from there.
What you're saying is that the media houses in Barbados are not living up to their responsibility.
The mutant, a lot of try.
He tied up like he Sherlock Holmes. You understand? You know this too.
But when they said about the bastards, I hear that like. When I first start listening, you know what I mean? Because then it get interesting for me to hear the perspective of other people.
About the people, right? That
you can't be a blogger and don't listen to what other people think. Because that's what give you gas for your fire.
Correct.
So when you listen to certain people call it, ain't don't like big man, you got a real heart. You, who else is working there now again? Give me the name. David. But when I go on the job, you know sometimes I just message he in the background. You understand? And he's put it over in a nice way, but if I was spending with it,
he put it.
You understand? Everything big man. A lot of them people, it's something. It's like they're hidden from the truth. The truth is hidden from them. They're hiding from the truth because a lot of things that you was here coming over the way, and then some people make a point. You will hear the cut out, and then be like, "What he saying? That's so that I can't." Like,
that one time that had a cut, that I think it was for the whole time. That had one cut that I could think was merited, right? And that was when I had the Muslims that came to talk about the building project, right? And this man was
messaged you that day too.
Yeah, I think you have with people to say but you. Let's say, man, the man going on, man, with the Muslims, with his monkeys, with this and that going on. No, the thing is, right? Even to some extent, that could go off and allow you to correct the man and engage the man, right? But people is cut because in the laws itself, it say you're not supposed to incite anything against any class, religion, and things like that. So you actually breaking the responsibility of the broadcast authority. Right. But outside of that, almost everything else could have gone. And I think that we really got to get past this. We got to get to a political maturity, a broadcast maturity, a media maturity. We are becoming immature. I can tell you, right? Barbados was really good in the 60s and 70s. I did my research again. I realized we had a water table thing when they had all that water problem. I was talking about engineers. He's an engineer about 40 years. Before America and all these places had this water mapping system and all that, in the 60s, Barbados had it, you know. Barbados was ahead in the 60s and 70s, you know, free education, a lot of policies that the developed world now only got in the 90s, maternity leave, all kind of. Barbados was ahead in all these things, you know. Yeah. Barbados have visionary leaders. But the problem with Barbados sat in the 1960s and 70s, right? Where other countries was in the 40s. We used to laugh at certain places, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Trinidad, and all that. We used to go, this country 8 years behind, this country 12 years behind me. You understand what I mean? So what happened from there now is that there was in the 1940s, we was in the 1970s. And then the 70s came, and we were still in the 70s. And then the 80s came, and we in the 70s. But the rest of them, they were so far behind. You know what you got to do to catch up with the man in front of you? You got to run a little faster. You understand? So they were running a little faster. That's why they had that inaugural flight coming out of St. Vincent, that airport that way better than ours now. In the Low Island, St. Vincent, that we used to export that.
Right.
You understand what I mean? St. Lucia and they tourism and this and that kicking. St. Kitts and they invitation by citizen by invitation. They had excess money. They were able to put on double percentage points on their employees. When we can't even get a raise for 8 years. All the countries we laughing at, those are the realities. Go and read your papers, go to the countries and see. Because are we still in the 70s? So 2017 come, are we still in the 70s? With the same labor parties, the same methodologies, the same system, and you can't get anything done.